The entire state of New Jersey under a blizzard warning. It's the first time statewide in 30 years. New Jersey Transit is set to shut down at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And that's a live picture from Ocean City where that changeover happened. These snow rates have been impressive, and these are nothing compared to what we're expecting moving into the evening and the overnight hours. Snow totals there expected to blow past 2 feet, by the way. It isn't just the snow. A coastal flood warning is in effect overnight. Parts of the coast may see 1 to 2 feet of inundation or water above normally dry ground at high tide. Let's get out there. Norcast Media Group CEO Nick Pittman joins us now, of course, also known as New Jersey's Nor'easter Nick. He is out in Atlantic City. Nick, great to have you with us. I understand you and your husband went to Atlantic City on purpose, not to play the tables. You got to be weather folks, weather people, to be driving toward this thing.
Oh, 100%. You know, I'm kind of jealous, though, of what you were talking about down in Miami, 86 degrees. I often think, am I that crazy of a person to put myself out in this? But You know what? We love it. And this has to be the strongest and most potent blizzard that I have forecasted in my career. 30 years since we've had a statewide blizzard warning. That is absolutely insane. You know, during the course of the past decade and a half, we have had those blizzard warnings, but they've been primarily along the coast. So the fact that we're going to get gusts in excess of 35 miles an hour for several hours at a time as far west as Philadelphia is mind-blowing. Now, this is a multi-pronged attack of the storm. So we've got the first wave that is done and gone. That transition over to snow has occurred because of the high vertical velocities. The temperatures have come way down, currently sitting in the lower 30s right now, but the winds are getting cranked up. That low is now moving just to the east-northeast of Cape Hatteras, and the pressure is dropping. It started out at 1,008 millibars earlier on. The last time I looked at it, it's like 1,999 at this point, but it's going to continue to deepen. And by tomorrow morning, as it's off our coastline, it's probably going to be a sub-980 millibar low. So you've got the extreme winds that are just going to be whipping everybody, and power outages are very likely here. So, you know, I think it's important that we continue to remind people, have your devices charged, have those batteries and your candles. And then tonight, especially if we keep that east-northeast or northeast wind, we're going to have high-end moderate tidal flooding. So that is a big concern. So, you know, multiple different types of impacts that this nor'easter is going to be bringing our area. So it's all fun and games for the folks that like the snow. But we have to be cognizant of the fact that there are many other impacts that, you know, can be deadly if you're out on the roads. We saw multiple accidents on the way down to Atlantic City. So this is definitely going to get a lot worse before it gets better by tomorrow afternoon.
Nick, I'm curious about the sentiment in the lead up to this. You reach a lot of people with your platform as Nor'easter Nick. It felt like we had winter in the rear view, and now we've got the biggest storm, not just of the winter, but potentially in about a decade. Did you feel like it was skewed positive or negative with this one?
Well, you know what, Ian? I think we should maybe call this the storm of the millennium. I think that's a good fitting name, right?
Yeah.
But no, as like the biggest snow lover ever, even I'm over it. But we saw the Climate Prediction Center's warm maps out there, and we told people, don't be disillusioned by that. There's going to be more storminess, and hey, we could even get something in March. But even my diehard snow people are like, come on, man, enough's enough. We got to go have groundhog stew or something, because we got to do something about this. We need sunshine. We need blue skies. We need warm weather. So I'm hoping that once this is behind us, we can start to look ahead to more positive weather and actually thaw out for a while. The good news is, though, we are expecting those temperatures to be a little warmer than where they were after the storm a month ago, so it's not going to be lingering for 26 days. So rest assured, my friends out there, you know, we might see 1 or 2 feet of snow, but it's not going to be there forever, and it will melt rather quickly. I'd say maybe
we don't
5
get the nasty glacier that followed the last nor'easter. But as Nor'easter Nick, you're not going to miss the granddaddy of nor'easters. So what's the plan as we move through this? How are you going to experience this storm and do more of your reporting?
Sure. So we've got team coverage. I've got my weekend meteorologist, Will Rowe. He is on deck. Our evening meteorologist, Brittany Trumpy. They've been great. We've been doing team coverage all weekend long, static posts on Facebook. It's all about communication and keeping people as updated as possible. And I think leading up to this, we've been as transparent as possible, especially as the models have consolidated around the idea that this was going to be a major thing. And this is probably the coup of the century for the GFS. It was the first one to call it, and it's absolutely incredible. The wind right now, probably about 42 miles an hour. Honestly, I'm 165 pounds. I'm being blown around like a piece of paper. So it's absolutely mind-blowing to experience this in person. And growing up on a barrier island, I got to see this, that the last big one I can remember, the Boxing Day blizzard of 2010. I think this is probably going to be a little bit more memorable than that, kind of putting it in the same categorization as the 96 blizzard. I think in 20, 30 years from now, we'll be talking about, hey, remember that blizzard of 26?
Yeah, a top 10er, maybe a top 5er, we'll see depending on how things go. But you said it, great point with the GFS. For the American model, that's like as big of a win as our two hockey teams. It was first on, and it would not quit the trend of, we've had so many coulda, wouldas with nor'easters, but it feels like everything's coming together for this one.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's good to see, because maybe that means that it's going to be on a new found victory streak. Well, we can only hope for that, And I want to give a shout out to my husband, the MVP, who's out here holding the camera like this, being beat in the head with snow and wind and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so, that can be a thankless job. A thankless job right there. But you guys are doing an excellent job out there. That's digital meteorologist nor'easter Nick Pittman. Thanks for talking with us, and best of luck. Be safe as we experience, as you said, one for the books right here. Thank you.
Yes.